Welcome back. We continue our discussion on Biztech Asian Midday Market Watch. This conversation was recorded yesterday at afternoon with our partner at Biztech Asia. This is hosted by Brian Fernandez, and on the show he has Jeffrey Halley, the Senior Market Analyst of Asia Pacific at Oanda. They're going to be discussing issues relating to inflation and rising rates that dominate investors' concern. Take a look into the conversation.
Good afternoon and welcome to Biztech's Asian Midday Market Watch, powered by Al Rajhi Bank, Malaysia. Today we welcome Jeffrey Halley, Senior Market Analyst, Asia Pacific at Oanda, as our guest. Good afternoon, Jeff.
Hey, good afternoon, Brian. Great to be here, mate.
Well, hope you had a good weekend, Jeff. But before we get your insights, let's first take a look at how crypto markets in the region are performing, and then we'll go on to regional stock markets. Now, Bitcoin is above the 30,000 mark. It's at 30,125.1. It's up 2.9%. Ethereum is at 2,028.91. It's up 3.11%. Now, looking across to regional stock markets, we start with the SGX, which is at 3,224.73. It's down 0.49%. Close to home for me on the KLSC, it's at 1,551.43. It's up 0.15%. Shanghai is at 3,131.8. It's down 0.47. The ASX All Ordinaries, it's at 7,391.5. It's up 0.01%. The Nikkei is at 26,898.5. It's up 0.06%. The Hang Seng is at 20,333.1. It's down 1.85%. And rounding up the numbers, we've got the Kospi, which is at 2,638.88. It's down 0.02%. Now, Jeff, very mixed markets today. Give us some insights into why that's happening.
Yeah, look, we've seen quite a strong rally in US futures this morning after quite a torrid session on Friday. We saw the Nasdaq and the S&P trading in 3% ranges, only to finish unchanged. I think the markets with a higher beta towards the moves in the Nasdaq, like Japan, have edged higher today, with Nasdaq futures rising by about 1%, and also Taiwan's slightly higher as well. But I believe that for the rest of Asia, they're just a little cautious about that price action. And they're also still can't get past worries about China's COVID zero policy. We've seen some more announcements. Another district in Shanghai got told to stay home and they closed the shops. And we saw some restrictions, some mass testing going to take place in parts of Beijing. So I think those COVID zero concerns in China are still holding back any sustained rally in Asian equities.
Now, Jeff, we had a change of government in Australia over the weekend. Markets haven't even moved at all. What are your thoughts on that, and how is that going to impact the Australian dollar?
Yeah, the Australian equities did rise early this morning, but they've given back all those gains and they're trading around unchanged at the moment. The Labor victory was actually priced in by financial markets in Australia. The the National Coalition had been a long way behind in the polls. And it really is now a matter of whether the Labor government gets enough votes after the postal votes are counted for them to have an outright majority in the lower house. I think if that happens, we could see Australian equities and the Aussie dollar taking another little tick higher. But really, it's been priced in, and the policy statements that have been made by the new Prime Minister sort of indicate a business as usual approach. There's no radical departures from the previous administration, particularly around China. So there wasn't a lot of reason for the markets to move today. The Aussie dollar is rising today as the US dollar falls. It's not really a move related to the election.